Merry Christmas. This is it. This weekend is Christmas, the most wonderful time of year, a time of faith, love, and joy. While Christmas usually brings out the best in people, and it's always great to see people in the spirit, sometimes people lose the spirit of Christmas. Yes, there are always plenty of Scrooges and Grinches around the holiday, and while those of us who believe are treated to gifts from Santa, there is a legend just as old regarding those who've lost their spirit, those who've been naughty. So it's only fitting that our naughty Christmas review for the week of Christmas itself is none other than Krampus. For many who don't know, Krampus is an old folklore believed to have Germanic origins, with the name derived from the German word Krampen, which means claws. Krampus is normally depicted as a demonic goat-like creature with horns and hooves who sneaks into the rooms of naughty children at night on Christmas Eve, often beating them with sticks before carting them away in a sack to either eat in some tales or else drag them to hell. The folklore began gaining more renown and popularity in the late 2000s, with the idea seeming both terrifying and hilarious to those outside of Germanic culture. The fable grew so popular in America, however, that multiple adaptations of Krampus have been made, including big-budget theatrical films, shows, and direct-to-video B-movies. But it's 2015's simply titled Krampus from cult horror director Michael Dougherty, the man behind 2007's popular horror film Trick or Treat, that has been most acclaimed and most known. Starring MJ Anthony as Max, a small boy who still believes in Santa Claus, despite everyone around him no longer believing, and his dysfunctional family, played by the likes of Adam Scott, Toni Collette, and David Koechner. Each character in the film represents familiar family stereotypes, from the pretentious and uptight to the Cousin Eddie-style rednecks. Krampus makes a modern showing of a dysfunctional family Christmas akin to National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. After discovering Max has a letter to Santa, his cousins read the letter aloud at the dinner table on Christmas Eve, humiliating Max. With the last spark of Christmas spirit finally extinguished in Max, he tears up his letter to Santa, and this final act summons forth Krampus to punish Max and his family for their lack of faith. Krampus is a funny film and has some well-crafted horror to boot. Much akin to Gremlins in its darker tone, and even sometimes in its humor, Krampus is a fun watch for the holiday, though it does have its share of downfalls. While the cast is good and the humor decent, it's never as comical or scary as it could be. Gremlins strikes a perfect tone in horror, comedy, and even sentiment, and Krampus, while doing well in each aspect, never excels in any of them. The film captures the stereotypes each character represents and makes a relatable display of a dysfunctional family as a whole, but the characters themselves aren't as relatable as they could be, never really breaking from their stereotypes. Christmas Vacation, the ultimate dysfunctional family Christmas film, captures stereotypes while still making even outlandish characters like Cousin Eddie feel real. And most importantly, it captures the love of a true family. Krampus has a few decent scenes between characters here and there, but never feels fully authentic. And while the message of never letting the spirit of Christmas die is a good one, and there are so many relatable jokes in the film regarding how much people have forgotten how to love one another, it never made me yearn for how loved Christmas used to be, the way movies such as Elf does when Buddy manages to drum up enough Christmas spirit to save the day. And while Elf and Krampus are trying to accomplish two completely different things, they share a similar message, but only one completely makes you feel it. Krampus is by no means a bad film, but it's not as well done as Dougherty's more popular film Trick or Treat. And while both films are about honoring the traditions of their respective holidays, Krampus just doesn't hit all the marks to make it as timeless in the way Gremlins has become. Even still, I will definitely watch Krampus again, though it won't become an annual tradition by any means. I give Krampus 2.5 out of 4 stars.